Okay, so we'll go over the 4-4 variations for now, and mainly these two things that white can do. So here, uh, black can back off, black can kick, black can attach. Apart from that, black can also pincer and maybe even back off high. So for the most simplest one is this and this. After this, black takes the corners and white makes a base. This is a Joseki from before AI era. Okay, so this is for before AI era. So after AI says this new Joseki where you attach, black attaches, you do a hane, atari connect, and now black has two options. Usually black connects, but sometimes depending on the board situation, black might wants to descend. So this you just connect and black plays here, and after this the Joseki is over. You guys can play away, or sometimes black might also just decide to keep the corner, and during that time white might go up. But if black decides to descend, white has to cut, and black extends, white cuts, black extends, then white goes down, lives in the corner, black plays an Atari, white connects, and there's a lot of more moves here, but I'll keep it till here for simplicity. Okay, so now let's check this option. Here, white must always go up, then black could go low or go high. So let's say when you have some black stones nearby, that time black can usually go high. But if you don't have friends, then usually black goes on the third line. And after this also, white can play on the third line or the fourth line. The third line is usually for just securing a base and for territory. And the fourth line is focusing more towards taking influence. There's this attach here, white harness, black goes up. You break the tiger's mouth because if you don't play here and just secure this, black gets a very strong shape. So after this, black blocks the corner, white takes a base, and because there's a cut in future, so black usually plays somewhere here, and this is the end of this Joseki. And we'll come to the D later. First, check this one. So this high back off is not very secure. So like this doesn't keep the 3-3. So after this, instead of playing this, white can actually jump into the 3-3, and with this, white can live in the corner. So it goes like this. So after this, I'll just show the simple variation. If you just want to live, you can just play here, or if you can like if you want to make like a little irritated, you can first try this. After this, you can connect or you can go up, then connect. Okay. Now the pincer requires something else. Okay, let's say there were some black stones over here. Then when you pincer, like nowadays the most common thing to do for white is just go to 3-3, and here you have to pick a side. So you pick a side where you have stone where you can build your moyo. So you pick this side, goes here, and black extends once more. White hane, black hane, connect. Now here's like before AI we used to connect here, but after AI we connect here. Anything is fine. And after this, white can jump, and that's the end of the Joseki. But if this black stone was over here and white jumps, then you don't want a wall facing this side, right? So then you block this side. After this, you play here. White can play here, and maybe you can try to grow your more after. But this is the end of the Joseki. Oh wait, I missed the pincers. Yeah. So after the pincer, white goes in. After this, black tries to connect these two groups by playing this double knights move, and this is the end of the Joseki. That's why I was thinking that something looks wrong. Okay, so I hope things are pretty clear to you. Are there any questions?
Hmm.
Uh, which one?
The, the B takes the corner, है
After
ना?
this, it takes the
मतलब
corner.
बी बी जो बी वाला ऑप्शन है.
Yes,
हाँ. और और A takes side over corner.
A also takes
और
corner.
क्या?
So after this, like
अच्छा.
you have the corner, but A is like A is not trying to fight. He's just backing off.
हम्म.
And whenever you're touching your opponent's stone, that means you're trying to fight. So like a different kind of mentality.
हम्म.
But uh, A is so let's say after this, let's say both of the Joseki is over. Both of the players have played all over the board, and later when White has a stone somewhere around here, that is actually Sente against the black group, because if right now black doesn't play locally,
हम्म.
white can play here, and now black has to run because black it's hard for black to get two eyes in the side. So if
हम्म.
white has that stone, usually black plays here, or if let's say somewhere white takes the corner, black can take a side. So you have to remember that. But in the kick variation, later there is Aji, that is the 3-3.
हम्म.
So depending on the situation, sometimes black might have to block from this side, then white can just play like this.
What is RG?
Aji means like there's some weaknesses that that you can take control of,
पोटेंशियल हो
or
सकता है.
I won't say potential. I would say that there are some lingering weaknesses that can do bad
Be
things,
exploited.
but you just have to know how to handle it.
Okay.
So here, after this, white takes and you play here. So after this, white can again play away. Also, like the strongest response against this white stone is playing here, making a bad shape, but that is the strongest response. That is black saying that I won't give you the corner no matter what. But like all of our Joseki choices depend on the surrounding stones.
Mm.
So you have to pick the variation that works well with whatever else you have nearby. Any other
अच्छा,
questions?
तो बी इज टेकिंग कॉर्नर इज मतलब थोड़ा
Yeah, A and D are
बैलेंस.
both backoffs.
ए
I
एंड डी.
don't E,
अच्छा ई.
but
ओ.
I don't really recommend E that much at this level. So let's remove that.
पिंसर क्या करता है वापस से एक बार, मतलब पिंसर के बाद एक ही जो से किया है या
There are
वेरिएशन
so
क्या है?
after pincer, nowadays usually people just go into the 3-3, but before AI, this was more common. Like they would jump, and this is just a huge fight. Like go here, goes here, goes here. I think. Okay, wait. Forgetting something here. So after this, goes here. There's a shoulder hit. Push. Now go once and go twice, and then you can jump.
Hmm.
This was Joseki before AI, and I think it's still playable. So let's say black already has huge potential or very good stones nearby, and you don't want to jump into the 3-3 because that way black just makes a huge move, and you don't want that. That time you should definitely jump up.
Hmm.
Let's say black had a stone somewhere here. You don't want to give him a huge move. You would jump up, and it would go like this.
Huge what?
Framework.
Okay. What's that term?
Moyo.
Okay. And what's the idea behind pincers? Like, is it to surround the opponent stones
So,
or?
so this is the idea. Let's say black had a stone here,
Mhm.
right? So black had some stones here, and white approaches, and black would want to pincer because if white just wants to live in the corner, black gets a huge wall, and black is happy because they can grow their framework like this, or sometimes they even push. No, I don't think they push first. I think they after this they push, so white has to respond, and maybe after this you can do a knight's move. So you see, black is growing his area.
Okay.
So this is the idea behind the pencil.
हम्म। और सी का क्या है कुछ मतलब अटैच का?
See, see is like the way I look at it is black wants to keep the corner but also wants to get some influence on the top side.
Hmm.
So everything I'm saying in this session is like I'm trying to keep it as simple as possible because we can go in and it could be a 5 hour session and we still not finish it. There's a lot of things going on how to decide Josekis, but these are the most simplest ideas. So I was talking in the last review that that's a Joseki mistake. So
Yeah,
Josekis are what? Josekis are a set of movements or set of variations that gives both players something equal value.
trade-offs.
So yeah, so if you don't play an ongoing Joseki and play somewhere else, and if that other place where you played, let's say after this white plays something else, and black right now doesn't have to care about the bottom left because that's not a sente against any black groups. Black can play this, and that way black gets a stronger shape, better corner, and white stone gets very weak. So this is the reason we should always complete our Josekis. And also remember this, whenever your opponent ignores a Joseki move and plays somewhere like this, and that move is not sente, you must punish your opponent like this. That way you're benefiting from their mistake. Similarly, let's say after this kick, you'd see a lot of times when black directly tries to pinch, especially at beginner levels, at DDK levels. So here maybe a little close. Here something very easy you can do. How to punish this mistake by black? You can attach, and after the attach, if black makes a bad shape and cuts you, it's fine. You can just fight, or usually black goes here. You can extend once. If black goes here again, you can play here. If black goes like this, you can play here. If black connects, you can play here and black takes. Or instead of this, you can even try to go like this. Maybe black takes this. Then you can again play this and this and this. So you're getting a nice thickness and your group is not weak anymore. So the idea of black was to pincer you so that you don't have a base, but after this you have a base. And also another thing is usually the reason DDKs do this is because they think that this is very strong, but it's not. The moment you attach black groups, it's very bad for black. So yeah, don't play the mistakes, don't ignore stuff, try to complete your Josekis. Okay, any more questions in the approach? So let's take a look at the 3-3. So usually on an empty board you can pick whatever side you want, but let's say if you had a stone on A, you'd pick this side and vice versa. If you had a stone here on B, you'd pick this side. So before the AI, this was a very popular one. After this, but after AI, I said that white is actually making black very strong by giving this tiger's mouth. So we don't play that anymore. Instead, you can just leave it as is, or you can play this, and this is the end of the new Joseki. And in case, so in this variation, black is saying that, yeah, you can live in my corner. I just want influence because I have something there that I can use the influence for. But let's say you're low on points and you really need to keep some points. That way you can do double hane. So after double hane, Atari connect, Atari, Atari, capture, and Atari. And this is the end of the chase. That way, uh, black keeps the corner and white gets a very strong shape. Later, white can even go up. Now, a very popular one here. So, in the previous variations, like both in the double hane and the just push ones, here white gets sente. But here, this is the end of the Joseki. White has a base, white is stable, and black has sente. So black can maybe take an extension. Again, instead of just flying to the second line, if white plays here, you hane, white hanes. Now again, black has sente, black can play an extension or even play on some other part of the board. Okay, any questions in these variations? Okay, so here's one thing black should never do. Never push here. Because white is like, yeah, thank you very much. I don't have any weakness anymore. So the thing is, the reason we don't push here is because later in the game, we can hane and attach. So after this, if white tries to do this, you see you can enclose white completely and get nice influence. So by playing this push, you're destroying the Aji. Also from here, after this attach, not always will white try to take this side. Sometimes white can just go like this and black can play here, and there's another one, a really complicated one. I don't like it. And it ends like this. And if you look carefully, even in this variation, later we can go back to the same variation. Okay, any questions?
In the second variation, what if the white cuts
Which one?
where we have three? Yeah, after this, what if before this? Just
Now, if
after,
okay,
no,
after
no,
this,
not here. No, no. After the first honey, the first.
here,
Yeah. After this, white plays it.
white cuts.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a
No,
Joseki mistake.
before, okay.
It was like this. Oh, you're saying after this?
No, no. Here itself, we said that black gets center, right? And black plays
Okay,
somewhere else.
black gets center
Once,
here. Here, black gets center.
yeah, no,
The
no,
other
no,
one,
not this.
wait.
The 3-3 variation. Yeah,
Here,
yeah.
black
Here,
gets center.
blacks get center, blacks plays somewhere, and after that, if white cuts,
That's a mistake because white might get a weiqi. The usual response from white is doing an atari. And after the atari, might protect. If you're feeling adventurous, you might go up. You can do a lot of things, but this cut is usually a mistake. Any other questions? Okay, wait. Because we're going over the 3-3, let me show you something else as well. Have this ever happened to you guys that your opponent started with 3-3?
yes, lots of times.
Yeah, and you don't know how to approach this stone?
Yeah, I usually go with 4-4, and then it again basically converts into the other Joseki starting.
So there are a couple of Josekis here as well. Here, white can go here. After this, can push. If black turns, you jump. If black plays here, you play here. And that's the end of the Joseki. So white just gets influence. And similarly, instead of this, black can go there as well. That time, usually this is the response, and after this, black goes here, white does a 3 space jump. And there's another approach also. Let me remember, I think it was a 2 space approach. Yeah. So it's approach like this. After this, uh, black goes here, 2 space jump, shoulder hit, response, attach, and if black does a hane to connect. After this, black protects the cutting points. You can play here, you can play here. I don't honestly recall this Joseki that much. And there's another version where black just plays here. I think there also white plays something like this or this one. Okay. Any questions? Okay, no questions. So, okay, let me do something fun. Okay, we do have time. Do you want me to go over some 3-4 Josekis as well?
अगली बार कर ले, अभी फन दिखाओ कुछ।
Okay, you want fun?
हम्म।
I give you fun. Joseki mistake. How to punish white?
जोसेकी क्या थी ये बताना, बता सकते हैं?
Like, what's the Joseki after this?
आफ्टर ए, ए थी ना? हाँ, ए था, वो तो आ ही रहा है वैसे। अभी ठीक। हाँ, विल टेक कॉर्नर में भी
How?
क्या है, एक को टॉगल करना दो कोऑर्डिनेट। क्या है ये, S16 में भी, और जस्ट R16।
Both are wrong.
अरे अच्छा, किक करना है, क्या करना है, R15।
Yep. Because after this kick in the this is another Joseki, right?
अच्छा,
But
सेंसे है
there
क्या?
white is supposed to jump here
हम्म।
in this Joseki. But because of white's mistake, white has just a two space jump. So we can say that we made white over concentrated. So their
हम्म।
stones aren't like as efficient it could be. So that's a win also.
हम्म।
Okay, let me think of something else as well. After this, why is it this? Venuhane
हम्म।
Atari from here. What would you do?
मिस्टेक किसकी है वैसे?
Like black's mistake
अच्छा।
because the Atari was here.
हम्म।
Black did Atari here. How to take advantage of it?
मे बी जस्ट, वो तो नहीं है।
What's the first thought as white?
फर्स्ट थॉट तो R15, पर मतलब
Yeah.
फायदा क्या हो रहा है? हो रहा
After
है।
this, after this, what do you think black would do?
अच्छा हाँ, आई थिंक ब्लैक वुड गो S18,
Yeah.
देन वाइट कैन गो Q17 में भी,
Yep.
यू
If
गेट समथिंग।
just you just you can Atari once and then play something, or you can just ladder this.
अतारी करेंगे तो शायद से कॉर्नर आ जाए। नहीं, क्या ये कैप्चर हो जाएगा अतारी के?
If you do an Atari right now, it's a co.
अच्छा, एक मिनट, क्या को कैसे हुआ? ऐसे ऐसे
White
कैप्चर।
takes, let's say a threat, you
अच्छा अच्छा, वो नहीं
respond.
देखा, हाँ।
Yeah. And after this, if black panics and just does something, you can just extend. But usually black Ataris. But for this also you have to be sure that the ladder goes to you.
हम्म।
Black can connect as well. Okay, let me find something. Let's attach and white place here. What should you do?
क्या थी जैसा कि याद नहीं आ रही है।
Okay, so the thing is, whenever they make a mistake in Joseki, it's not a Joseki anymore. So you don't have to recall what the
अच्छा।
Joseki was.
हम्म।
It's your basic instincts and your knowledge that would decide how to punish it. So what's your
आई
first thought?
थिंक फर्स्ट थॉट R16 या Q15।
But
आर
which one?
सिक्सटीन के बाद कट हो जाएगा, पर फिर वाइट भी तो वीक है, थोड़ा सराउंड हो जाएगा वाइट अगर नहीं क्या?
What if white cuts here?
अ, या तो कवर, या तो शायद से
You connect.
P14, हाँ हाँ।
But white is not weak right now because your stones
हम्म,
aren't strong.
हम्म,
Just connect. You don't have any
P60.
weakness. P16. No, not at all. There's still a cut. White is very happy. Just connect.
हम्म।
This is
हाँ वैसे,
fine.
हाँ हाँ।
Or you can just connect also.
हम्म,
Let's say white is a wedge.
हम्म। R कट करेंगे मेरे ख्याल से, R15।
Hmm. So, do you know why not this one?
मजे नहीं आ रहे मतलब।
No, see. So this, after this, what would you play as black?
As black I might play P14।
Uh, okay, not P14. So there's a rule. So when we have multiple cutting points like this, usually we protect the one with the most liberties. Right now, this stone has three liberties. This has two. So we usually we protect that one, and also that's the side of the corner. So
हाँ ऑफ कोर्स, अरे
so this does this look similar to something else? This is just after this, it looks like
हम्म,
that.
हम्म,
Just cut, then have fun fighting. What else? Insert, jump. Okay. Black made a mistake. How should white punish?
R10 ही है।
Then
अब वापस से T9। एक
you
सेकंड।
mean S9?
नहीं हाँ, S9। एक मिनट, ब्लैक पीछे था क्या? हाँ नहीं, T9 नहीं मेरे ख्याल से।
T9 is first line.
Q.
Definitely not that.
नहीं नहीं, P9 बोलो, P9 होगा तो
P9.
पर्पस क्या था फिर?
P9.
हाँ।
No, no, not P9. Not at all.
Q9.
No. So, like, there's a saying, don't push if you don't want to cut.
हम्म।
So you pushed, now you have to cut.
अच्छा। हाँ S9 कर देंगे। S9 S11।
S9
नहीं,
or S11.
S11 S11।
Which one?
S9 कहाँ है? अच्छा नहीं नहीं, S11।
11. After this,
हाँ।
if black just
First is
protects, then you capture those and you can try the other cut as well. If
एक-
black does this, you have the ladder, and after this, same thing. But usually, what happens is wherever we cut, we get a atari, right? So the usual idea is cut where you don't want to capture. So if you want to capture the top, you cut here. So after this, you get there. So this is the reason why black has to extend sorry, one more time, then only black can jump, because now this doesn't work. Like any cut is fine. And same with this one also.
And what's the reason that black is trying to jump? Because it is behind white.
Yeah, so this is pushing from behind, not good.
White can just hane and make black go even lower. है ना? नहीं.
Not just that, pushing from behind also means like you're always one step behind your opponent. Your opponent is always ahead.
Hmm.
So this jump, it's here as well. Let's say approach, pincer. Here also similar shape, you can jump. So that's
Hmm.
how this Joseki ends, with a jump. Okay, that's it for the most 4-4 related Josekis, the simpler variations for now. Maybe next weekend we'll go for the 3-4 Josekis, and if possible, we'll add a few complex ones in there as well, just for fun.